When you're hunting hogs, it's all good.
I didn't realize how big this hog was.
The latest feed times are the best times.
The problem is it's so thick. Not only did he not know, I didn't know.
A good hog comes in close enough, he ain't getting out of there. You know, Chad and I get asked all the time, man, y'all bow hunt so much, do y'all ever pick up the gun or what? And, you know, I always say, look, you know, we've been rifle hunting since we were kids and we love to do that. But the thing is, we started getting so heavy into the bow hunting. For one, the fun of it, the excitement, the challenge of it.
I feel like we get more hogs. I mean, 100%. When I shoot with an arrow, there's virtually no noise. And then I spin the feeder remote immediately upon releasing the arrow. Those hogs come right back. They don't know what happened, and you can just keep killing them. But man, you go out there with a rifle, as soon as you crack that rifle off, man, they're gone.
And with whitetails, you know, the challenge of bow hunting these big bucks has always appealed to me and Chad, I know for a fact. And once we started doing that, it just didn't feel right to pick up the firearm. As time went by, you know, less and less of us were rifle hunting.
There's certain areas that we have that have so many hogs, and it's such a good spot. And you know, we don't want to overlook it, but the problem is it's really almost unhuntable with a bow. You shoot a hog there, and if you don't drop it with your arrow, it's gone, and you're not going to find it. It's way, way too thick. You can't even get through the stuff. So with a gun, you drop the hog right there, problem's over.
On this episode, we're picking up the rifle, shoot these hogs from the stand or from our tripod setups, because it's so thick in some of these areas and it causes such a huge problem for us sometimes. You shoot a hog, you don't shoot it just right, the buzzard's gonna be recovering that hog, not you.
Elusive Wildlife Television is brought to you by Black Eagle Arrows, Pig Oil Wild Hog and Bear Attractant, The Kill Light Outfitter, Buck Oil White-Tailed Deer Attractant, Maverick Blinds, and by Elusive Wildlife Technologies, makers of the Kill Light. Elusive Wildlife Television is brought to you by Bow Trainer Strength Trainer for Archers,
So we got this spot called the bull trap. It's probably the most productive spot we have to hunt on the lease. You don't see us hunt it very often, and there's a lot of reasons for that. One of the reasons being they call it the bull trap for a reason, because there's so many cattle that go in there. They keep the bulls in there. We can't keep a blind in there. Man, I found a blind about 2 years ago called a Maverick. And man, it's a big plastic permanent blind. I decided to try one out, see if it would end my problems. It did. I've had this thing there for 2 years now. The other problem with this spot is it's so thick. I mean, you shoot a hog in there and good luck finding it, man. We find very few of them. It's such a good spot. So you know what? We decided to break the rifles out and we're going to drop them pigs there and we're not going to have to track them anymore. So problem solved, and we got this spot whooped now.
There's one coming right there from the right. Tell me when you're ready. Ready? Wait, there's two more to the left. They're a little smaller. That's awesome. Dropped him in his tracks. Man, I gotta tell you, I was telling Chad earlier, it is fun to pick up the rifle sometimes. We don't do it often, but I'm starting to like it more and more. That's the first hog of the night, but that's awesome to shoot him. 30-30 tactical. That's fun, man. We're gonna get him out of here because we may have some other hogs come in after a while, but we need to get him out of here. And then we may come back here later.
Let's face it, batteries are expensive, and nobody likes changing them. What if I told you Elusive Wildlife has a feeder light that has batteries built in, and the sun's gonna keep them charged? The Sportsman solar-powered feeder light does just that, and it's about as easy as they come to install. Set the light to one of its 5 selectable modes. Don't forget to tighten up the set screws. That keeps the coons from knocking it off. Just run a couple screws through the included mounting bracket and wait. The sun will charge it up, and the motion sensor lets the light know when to come on. When an animal gets nearby, let there be light. The Sportsman keeps them lit up, but you still have to make the shot. We can't do it all for you. This sweet little death ray comes in green, red, or white, and pigs will die under them all. I'm partial to green, but I guess that's up to you. Now, while you're grabbing your phone to order one, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Elusive Wildlife is gonna give one away for free to one of you just for watching the show. All you have to do to get your name in the hat is head on over to Elusive Wildlife's Facebook page and like, comment, or share the giveaway post. One winner is chosen each week, and it might just be you. Not feeling lucky? They'll take your money too. You're gonna want more than one anyway. Head on over to elusivewildlife.com now before everyone else beats you there.
Speaking of rifle hunting, you know, Kyle Fabian's out here too right now, and he's got the 6.5 Creedmoor bolt action with him, but it's suppressed. It's got a suppressor on it. He's shot many hogs with this weapon. He's gonna be going over to a spot that he has on his section called the Shack. It's a really cool spot. There's a lot of hogs over there. Sometimes, if you get the wind right and you start walking in over there before you get to the setup, you may already have hogs at the feeder.
There's a bunch of them. There's a boar right underneath the middle of the feeder.
I didn't realize how big this hog was. He shoots this hog, it drops, man, the hogs go crazy. We start getting over there, man, Kyle gets excited. I mean, I can tell he's getting excited. He's like, Chad, this is a really big pig. I mean, this is a really good one. And I'm thinking, oh, I know, I saw him. I mean, he's big. Sometimes you can't tell in those lights. That hog was way bigger than I thought. And I got closer. I started looking at the thing. I think I put the camera up at one point just to admire it. Well, the funny thing is that pig is actually one that Kyle's been watching and he's been trying to get on. Both of us had no idea the size of this pig. And it wasn't until probably, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes after he shot it, he realized that's the hog that he's been after all this time.
I did not know he was this big. Look at this guy. This thing is huge. It's like a freaking barrel. Big old boar. Got cactus all over his mouth. Jeez. I'm excited. This is a freaking stud of a pig.
At this point, I mean, hey, I call it a night. I'm elated he got a hog this big. Scott's texting me again now. Now he's got hogs showing up at another one of his feeders. He's wanting me to film him. I feel like a ping pong ball back and forth.
Now we're gonna go to one of my favorite spots, Pig Bowl number 2. It's right by the biggest pond that we have on the whole property, and there's always good hogs there, but especially late. The later it is, it seems like the bigger the boars are that come out at my spot over there. It's a little bit after 3 right now. We're trying to get over there before the 4 a.m. feed time, which is the last feed time, but so many times it's the best time. So we get in a position, the 2 sows that are out there don't know we're there, but as a little time goes on, we're trying to decide if we're gonna shoot these sows, what we're gonna do. They start getting real nervous. A lot of times when other hogs get nervous, that very well could mean a big boar's coming.
That is a big boar. Oh man, I'm shook up. I put this little hook up a couple of weeks ago, and we've been bow hunting. And I told Chad, I said, we need to pick up the rifle. I brought the 30-30 tactical. It's so thick in some of our setups that it's tough finding the hogs. And I said, you know what, let's smoke a couple with the rifle. And that is a big boar. It is 4:40 a.m. 4:40 a.m. Stay out late, and you will have an opportunity on a big one like that. Yes, that's awesome.
Man, all I can say is being part of this hunt and watching Kyle take that huge boar and that last one being such a good one too, I'm telling you, man, it's got my blood boiling. I'm excited just being part of this. If you can watch this and not want to do it, I don't even know what to say.
Folks, let me tell you something. This is one of my best hogs. Chad and I have shot some big ones, and we know when they're big. This one is big. Put that 30-30 tactical down. That rifle did its job. You can see my shot right here. I actually shot him again once he was on the ground. Probably didn't need to, but I do that sometimes on the big ones with the rifle. But this is a stud hog, big boar. Look at those tusks. Let me tell you something. Those tusks will do some damage. He almost ran over Chad and I. I heard something to the right. And this hog, I mean, he came 10 yards in front of us. We're up on a steep incline. We call this Pig Bull number 2. If you watch the show, you've seen us shoot some great hogs here before. But when you have that blindsider, lighten them up, and they're in front of the blindsider, and you're hunting behind it, they have no idea you're there, and that's what happened. This boar came out. He had no idea we're in the world. I let him have it. It's 5:30 in the morning right now, but let me tell you something. If you want to shoot these really big boars, you got to stay out late. It's nice and cool now. It was 96 degrees earlier. They're coming out late, especially a big boar like this, and that's what happened. Don't be afraid to hunt late. And we got it done, man. We're gonna go to bed, actually, do the same thing tomorrow night. We're gonna be here for a few nights and get some more hogs. Golly, this is a beast. Two good hogs down. Look, you shoot these hogs right behind the ear, they're gonna drop for you. Kyle had the suppressor on his rifle. I was a little jealous of that because the first thing I'm gonna do when I get back home is order my suppressor, probably 2 of them. I tell you what's awesome is to be able to just walk down from the setup straight to the hog that you just dropped with the rifle, put it in the back of the Ranger, go back to camp and show them off. That's what I like to do, and I think we're gonna be doing a little more of this.
Like many of you guys, I've been filming my hunts now for probably 7 or 8 years, and it's a challenge. Many of you know that. I've been in a tree with a cameraman, and when all you got to do is hunt and somebody else's responsibility is to capture it, it's so much easier. But when you're the cameraman and the hunter trying to get everything framed in the heat of the moment and get the kill shot on video, it can be so difficult and so challenging, but it's so rewarding, and that's why we do it. But you know, it's one thing to try to film your own hunt all by yourself, but it's quite something different to try to do life all by yourself. I pastor a church here in North Florida, and I have so many people that have so many misconceptions about God and about church that I run into. A lot of people think church is about, doing good deeds, or church is about just trying to get a gold star and getting God happy with you, or whatever all of that is. But let me tell you one of the biggest aspects about church that I have discovered over the years. It's connection. It's community. It's a group of people that truly do love each other, encourage each other, and care for one another. And maybe you've never been to a church that was like that, but I would tell you that if you're not a part of a fellowship where people are praying for you and encouraging you, where you can do life with each other, you're missing out on one of the most important gifts that God ever gave us in this life. And I would encourage you to try church again. Give it a second shot. Find a great local church in your area. Get connected, start plugging in with people, and watch how much richer and fuller your life will be. If you'd like to know more about a personal relationship with God through His Son, Jesus Christ, just go to elusivewildlife.com and click on the Moment of Truth tab.